set up for a first time sit ever in this spot down here. I'm on my dad's uncle's farm. We own like maybe a 3 or 4 acre section of this river bottom right across the road from my dad's uncle's house. And it's mainly just a doe bedding area, but during this time of the year there could be definitely something down here with the doe or just cruising through. There's a road, there's a county highway right here. I've been trying to break sticks when cars go by to get a little bit better shooting. And I did come down here this September and put a trail camera up on a licking branch closer to the river in there. And I kind of want to check today to see what different bucks are over here, because I know there's some bigger 10-pointers that are bedding in this tamarack thicket, maybe, I don't know, 500 yards away on the other side of a couple more houses. My trail camera is like kind of right over there. There's potential doe bedding just a little bit right here by the road. And then this thicket right next to the road has some bedding, but the best bedding is down here in the river bottom. You can see all these little patches of brush out here. Those are some dead trees. I don't think anything beds there, but where all these little pockets of brush are, I found pretty good bedding. And the river snakes around right here and then loops around a couple times and it goes along that field over there. So between me and that field is all potential bedding. And there usually is some bedding right here by these big trees right next to these houses, but I'm pretty sure anything right there heard me coming in this morning. I did make a little bit too much noise, I feel. But anything further out or anything just cruising through won't know I'm here, so kind of northwest wind blowing all my scent back to the road, so we'll see what comes by, I guess. Shot him about 30 minutes ago. Luckily, there's a neighbor's driveway here that goes to an old farm down here. So I got out of the stand, ran along the edge of the road, got over here. I didn't hit him good, but I definitely heard impact. And then when I got over here, I went real quiet down the driveway, and I saw him standing right out there. And I saw him for a little bit. I looked away for a second, and then I didn't see him. He's walking away from me again. Well, I was just over there in the neighbor's driveway. I saw him over there. I was watching him for a little bit. It looked like he turned around and started coming back this way, so I raced back on the road again. I'm up in the stand. I'm just super frustrated. He was standing right there at the most 30 yards, standing broadside. Oh, I just saw that frickin' buck run through. There's a little cattail marsh below that house over there. I ain't gonna find that deer. I don't know what the heck just happened. Looks like belly here. I don't know. This is right where he was standing. He came from that way. The frickin' stands right there. Can't get any easier. I mean, slightly quartering towards, but 25 yards? Seriously? And he was standing right here. He's coming in, and he stopped. I could have probably waited till he got up a little bit further, but maybe more broadside, but that should have been an easy kill shot. I don't think there's another real nice buck that just ran through. I doubt it. I don't want to take the track much further. Couldn't find my arrow, but there's definitely blood, but he must have bedded down or something. Must have stopped and he ran on through. I don't know. I knew I should have probably stayed over there in that driveway, but it looked like he turned around. And that big willow right there, he was kind of really close to that tree or right on the other side of it, heading this way. So that's why I came back around, got back in my stand, but I don't know, just really frustrating. It's hard to say. You can see the deer stood here a while. It's pretty thick blood. This might have came out of his mouth. I don't know. It's like really pasty. Yeah, that deer is definitely gut shot, I guess. I hear some corn. God dang it. The deer's gonna die, but the reason why I'm on the track now is because like I said, I just saw a real big buck. I don't think he got my ground scent over there. I only came 5 yards in from the driveway. I was standing by a tree right over there. But I don't know, probably 20, 30 minutes ago, I saw a big buck run through towards that field. Like I said, there's cattails up there. I'm probably gonna stop the track right here. I have to come back this afternoon, but it's just really frustrating. I don't know, I'm seeing pretty good blood. I mean, if it was more guts, you think there'd be less blood and more guts, more green stuff. I don't know. I did see 1 or 2 corn speckles, but I think I had to have hit him in the liver, or at least 1 lung. This deer's probably gonna die, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find him. That deer, something spooked it. The neighbor over here was running an impact like 15 minutes ago, a little bit after I got down, but maybe he was in his backyard doing something, because that deer was really close. So I'm gonna probably come back later this afternoon and either pick up the blood trail here or start where I last seen him cut through. There's my stand. Pretty much 8 feet off the ground, the platform. My head and eyes probably, I don't know, at least 10, maybe 11 feet off the ground. This is like a perfect setup because you got all this green buckthorn behind you. If you go any higher, you're gonna be skylit, but that deer was in full-on rut mode and seek mode. He didn't even have a clue I was there. Just perfect, but I might have blown it. Hopefully I can find this deer. Thankfully, the farm to the north we're good friends with, and I have access to shed hunt that whole farm, and those people will more than likely help me get in there, and hopefully he's dead just in the cattails. I don't want to follow the track all the way back to the tamarack swamp, but I'm gonna definitely wait till early this afternoon. I know no one really hunts that tamarack, I mean that cattail swamp right there. They all hunt further back, so hopefully that deer just died right in there.
I don't know if I got him, but I think it was an 8-pointer coming down this trail right towards me. I noticed him about maybe 30 yards out, and I watched him, and he's looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, and he's coming right at me, so I don't have a shot. He didn't look too bad. Jason would say he's too small, but and then he started turning to the right, and then I'm looking for a spot, a clearing, and I'm looking through, and I believe I shot him kind of where that one leany tree is. Like there's
like that opening right there, right?
Yeah, that opening right there.
Okay. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of openings in here, but...
And then I shot, and he ran, and you can see that one close poplar tree or whatever that is, that white poplar tree right here.
Yeah, that bigger one.
And then behind that, there's like a dead leaning tree to the left.
I see that dead stump about 10 foot tall.
Not that one. It's the...
Oh, whatever. He ran off that way, and...
He ran off that way, and that's the last I saw him.
That was an hour ago.
Yeah, about an hour ago. I figured I could... I don't know, but in all reality, I don't think I would have seen him bound too many times from there.
No. This is right underneath this tree is where your big one died 3 years ago.
Yeah,
We moved this stand. It was over there. I don't know, 150 yards. We built that one.
But the other day, I saw a little doe over here too.
He said he sees them up here. Is he dead?
That's gotta be him.
Yeah, that's him right there.
I think he's dead, don't you?
There's no blood though. Oh, I think I know which one that is. That's a 3-year-old.
Is that 3-year-old?
I think that's a 3-year-old. That's not one of the 2-year-olds, I don't think. It's hard to say. Let's go slow, I guess. Looks like he's dead though.
I came back and I could see that rack laying
Wait a second. That might be that real... I don't know which one it is. I think he's dead for sure. Look at him. I don't think it... That's the frickin' giant. No way. You lucky son of a...
I didn't think he was that big.
That's the giant. That's the one they... That's the biggest, oldest buck out here, Dad.
Is it really?
That's the frickin' mega giant 5 or 6-year-old. We can yell now because this is the oldest deer out here.
I almost
Jesus Christ, look at how big that thing is.
I know, it's huge. I didn't think it was that big, Jason.
Holy smokes. Holy crap.
I know, when I saw him laying there, I'm thinking, holy is he big. He didn't bleed a drop. I think my arrow came out right here. My arrow came out right...
I haven't had any pictures of this deer.
I must have hit him in the neck. There's no blood.
Holy shit, look at this thing.
There's no blood here.
Oh my God.
I don't know where the hell I hit him. I hit him...
Right here. There's an exit wound. Or that'd be the entrance wound right there, right?
Yeah, I think so. But this is an old wound. See that?
Yeah. That's an old wound.
Right there.
That's a fresh wound back here.
Oh yeah, I hit him way back. Holy did I hit him back far. I didn't aim there, but that's where I hit him. That's the side I hit him on.
This has got to be from like a week or two ago. I don't know what.
Yeah,
that could be from an antler though too.
I don't know.
It could be from an antler. It doesn't.
It's a nice deer, Jason.
That's your nicest deer I think you've ever shot.
4, 5. Yeah, he's a 10-pointer.
That's the nicest deer you've ever shot, Dad.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I thought I had him right here, but I hit him here.
I couldn't believe. When you said on the phone, you were like, I don't know, at the ears. But when you do look at it, he is about at the ears. He's not by any. My buck, honestly, Dad, I think might be bigger than this.
Yeah.
But he's way younger. He could only be a 3-year-old, maybe.
How old do you think this one is?
Oh, this guy's old. I have 3 sheds off him. I've had at least 3 years of pictures. I saw him 2 or 3 years ago, way over there, late season.
As big as he was.
I only saw this buck on the hoof once, late season, like 2 or 3 years ago, when he was potentially a 2 or a 3-year-old. Last year.
All that beating too.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely.
That's a nice deer.
God, he didn't grow at all. He actually might have. I
can't believe I got him. There's no blood. I'm so glad he piled up here because I was like, fuck, I missed him.
But I have this shed.
If I wouldn't have saw them horns when I was back there, I would have never known where he was. I know he ran this way. That's about all I knew.
Yeah, we didn't find blood or arrow. Arrow's probably back there buried in the dirt.
It's in him.
No, it passed. Oh, you think so?
Well, it went in right there. Fucking gut shot him. I think it came out right here.
Holy smokes! No, that's got to be another wound. That's probably someone
Oh, somebody shot him in the neck.
Or is that fresh?
I don't know.
Because like I said, this deer just got pushed over here. Because how fresh does this wound look?
Right here. Did it come out here?
No, that's just blood. God, someone had to have shot him.
Somebody shot him in the neck.
Because your wound, this looks like it's been healing for like a day or two. It's like scabbed up looking blood. This thing was shot an hour ago. Dad, this deer had to have been pushed over here from over that direction.
I don't know. He was coming right down that trail.
For you to be sitting in the spot, I haven't had any pictures of this deer all year.
I almost quit hunting when you were. I was gonna come over.
I know. I told you to stay out there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, man. Normally, I don't get pictures of this deer until about gun season.
I can't believe I didn't hit him that good. Unless I hit some shit and an arrow deflected.
Last year, I found 2 sheds off this deer. One fresh, one from the year prior, and they're both the same size. He's the same size this year. I'm thinking this deer's at least 6.5 years old.
Stink.
I think he's a 6.5-year-old buck, Dad. I got 2 sheds off him. One from last year, one from the year prior, and they're the same size as what he is here.
I didn't hear him doing his death coughs or any of that shit. I saw him when he turned that corner, and I could have swore I saw like a little, looked like he kind of got a little stumbly.
Yeah, you probably saw him go down.
But that was back where that dead tree is.
I don't know. We're only like 75 yards from the stand, maybe less. How could the deer die that fast without bleeding?
I don't know.
Like you said, that arrow might be in him, and it might have stuck up into the vitals.
It might have went right up in him.
Was he really quartering away hard?
It was kind of, he was coming right at me and he turned.
Yeah.
And then I was looking for a spot and I saw him.
Jesus.
I'll be honest, I thought I had him about right here, kind of quartering away.
Oh my God, that is the nicest deer out here. Well, there's other ones just as big, but he's the oldest.
Oh, it's a nice looking deer. I haven't taken a picture of him.
Holy smokes.
I didn't think I'd get him. I really thought I missed him. I didn't think he was that big, Jason. I really didn't.
I didn't think either until...
I thought he was an 8-pointer. I told you, I didn't think he was a 10.
Well, that's a pretty easy thing to see here, but...
I don't know.
Yeah.
He looked okay to me, and I'm thinking, I'm going to take it. I almost passed him.
Really?
I almost passed him because I didn't...
How do you not tell...
Well, I thought he looked okay to me, but I know how freaking picky you get. So I thought, he doesn't look that big. But I'm going to shoot him. I said, I'm done. I'm hunting all these damn days, and best opportunity again. I messed up that one time. That arrow was in him.
It must be because it killed him so fast.
Through his heart, through his guts, it's going to be a nasty gut job. Through his liver, through one of his lungs, and right into his heart, probably. I think that went in right into his heart.
Most likely the arrow's got to be still in him because
geez, he only ran like 35
yeah, I know.
yards.
If that went there and there's only one.
That's the only blood right there, and he's been laying there for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Well, good thing he didn't run 200 yards and die.
Oh my God! You would have had to find him in the spring.
Yeah. I can't freaking believe it. Just walked up on this giant. So there's a lady over there blowing leaves in her backyard. I was set up. Holy crap, I'm starting to shake more now than when I actually shot him. I was set up over there by the road, my portable, as you saw. He ran, and the river snakes around in here. There's a couple dried up areas where there's a lot of standing water where the river doesn't cut through anymore because it, whatever, cut through its own bank. There's a big willow right behind her house right there. And he bedded down. He went right through where she was walking around right now, and he bedded down right by that big willow. And I had blood all the way up till there, and there was a little bit of blood in the bed. And then she said, when I walked around the road and got over here to, you know, watch if he came through, I thought he was gonna go that way towards that other tree stand right there. Anyways, he bedded there, and then as I was walking over or something, her dogs, I must have been on the road at this point because I never heard any dogs bark, but she said her dogs were barking a little bit, and then she saw him get up and he ran right along the edge of this river. You can see this beat down trail. You go on Google Earth and there's a trail that comes right to this point right here. He must have ran, because I was in my tree stand way over there, and I saw him, because at that point I'd come over here, I'd seen him walking around, and I thought I saw him go back, and he must have went back and bedded, or I don't know what all happened exactly. So I saw him going back this way, so I looped back around the road, got back in the stand in case he went back where he came from, and I was there for 15-20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I see the big sucker running through like this. That must have been when her dogs seen him right in the backyard or something. And she said she watched him, and she said she looked like he fell or he went down in the river and he never came back up, one of the two, but he must have fell because holy smokes. That's the exit wound right there. Oh my God. He's pretty darn stiff, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. The buck my dad shot this morning, I didn't have any pictures of, but I knew he was around somewhere. This buck, I was getting pictures of in the cornfield just across the road before they picked it. A lot of daylight, not daylight, but you know, like an hour after daylight, and obviously middle of the night pictures on a scrape over there. And oh my God, so the blood completely stopped, and I knew that this trail was here. I was just following this trail to kind of come up and see if he, just any sign of this deer whatsoever, because there's a tamarack swamp over there. If this deer wouldn't have died down in this river bottom and made it to them tamaracks up there, there's no way I would have found this deer until spring or something, or without a drone or a dog. There's no way. Oh my God. This is my second biggest buck to date. Wow. I was just slowly creeping up along this grass here in case something was laying in here. I don't know how long he was really going to survive, but they say that you hit a deer in the chest cavity, whether it's guts, liver, one lung, liver and guts, it's pretty much a dead deer. Whether you hit it in the chest cavity, it's just a matter of time, especially guts. But I don't think I got too much of the guts because, God, it was a pretty good trail until the first bed there. Oh my goodness. So this right here is the entrance wound. A little bit of corn right there, like that's what I was seeing early on in the blood trail, but that's pretty much right where I was aiming. Should have probably maybe aimed it. The heart's like right up in here. That's more like liver spot. That must have been what I hit. Well, this was 3 years ago, as you can tell. It's pretty crazy that this buck was a 10-pointer 3 years ago, and he still hasn't really gotten much bigger. But anyways, this is late season, as you can tell, and this is the only encounter that me and my dad has ever had with this deer, other than the day that my dad shot him this year. But anyways, this buck, he'd only show up late season. I would never get any pictures of him during October or nothing during the rut. And you can see, look at even 3 years ago, look how much he's sniffing around, checking his surroundings. I mean, he had the brains to make it to old age. I mean, look at that. I'm probably like 200 yards away from him, zoomed in on him right here, and he's still just really sniffing everything. Probably smarter than average deer from a young age. I don't know, but all these upcoming pictures are all in the correct sequence according to the date and time. He strolled through our marsh one day in middle of December here. This is all on the 13th of December, and here he is on 13th of December, a little bit after dark. And here he is the next year, and this is the first pictures I had of him that year, right around the 20th. So again, he's only showing up right around Christmas, well after the rut. And last year was the first year he showed up right around the early part of the gun season. This would have been the second day of gun season, I believe. So the pressure kind of, I guess, pushed him back, back into our swamp, into our area. And that's probably what pushed him over here this year. The day my dad shot him, he got wounded somewhere else, pressured, and kind of, went to his secondary spot. So this is all last year right here. He was in daylight once. I had pictures of him once in daylight right there on the 26th. And then he was hanging around that standing cornfield quite a bit until he shed. And then this is this past spring. I found an old shed from him from 2 years ago. There I am walking by one of my cameras, and then this right here is his shed from last year. I actually ran over that one with my truck, crushing the corn down. And then here's a kind of compilation of the years. Now, my buck, I have a lot less history with, almost none. This picture right here is from last year on the 15th of November. I dug through all my pictures from last year, and this is the only buck it could have been. This is the only time I got pictures of him. And last year, I had my trail cameras way too condensed on the same 30 to 40-ish acres on this property. This year, I made my goal from day one, setting cameras out, to spread my cameras out. I still have a couple cameras on this property. I have not even checked since early September, setting them up. This is way up by the road, probably maybe a couple hundred yards from where I shot him, but on the house side of the road, not the side I shot him on. And this camera had him very consistent in mid to late October. I actually have not checked this camera since like the 20th, so I bet you I have more recent pictures. And like I said, I haven't checked a lot of my cameras, so I could have more pictures of them, but at this point, editing this video, I don't have those pictures. But I did get him on one other camera, on the other side of the road, which is right here in another smaller field. I think this buck is most likely 4 years old, but like I said, that one picture from last year, it might not even be him, but there's a pretty good chance it is. So he was probably 3 last year and 4 this year. Like I said, I just didn't have my camera spread out enough to get more pictures of him last year. But then again, I was only getting them on like 1 or 2 cameras this year as well, so I'm pretty lucky to even get this deer, in my opinion. Well, thanks for watching and sticking around to the end. I'm going to try and get a video or two out for gun season. We'll see what I see and see how the season goes. But yeah, just a crazy, crazy day for me and my dad. Could not believe that we doubled up on 2 10 points.